What's up, all my movie-loving maniacs? This is your boy, Bankful B of the Lassiter Factor, and today I'm going to talk about Novocain, which was released in theaters over the weekend, so let's review. So Novocain is about a introverted bank executive named Nathan, in which he has a condition where he can't feel anything. He meets and begins to fall in love with his co-worker Sherry, and then one day she gets held hostage by these bank robbers, and so he tries to use the fact that he can't feel anything to go off and to find her and save her. Now, I was looking forward to this mainly just because of the plot. I mean, the whole plot point of someone being able to not feel anything in their body, that has been a plot point that has been used a number of times to both small and big degrees. The most memorable to me is Kick-Ass, because he's a superhero that can't feel anything. Plus, the trailers really sold me on it, as well as the cast. I mean, Jack Quaid, this is definitely a big year for him. Earlier this year alone, he was in Companion, in which he played a completely different character than he was here. And then Amber Mid-Thunder, who I'll get more into in a little bit, was also in Prey. Now, how did I feel about it? I really enjoyed it, but just wasn't as funny that the trailers, at least to me, the trailers just told me that it would be an action comedy. And it still is in some ways, but it just wasn't as funny as I thought it was going to be. Like I said, this is really Jack Quaid's year because he's really starting to show how diverse of an actor he can be. Because of course, the first thing I ever really saw him in was The Boys, in which he is good on that show, and then he went on to play eventually the killer in Scream 5, in which he turned out to be the villain in that movie, and then he was the villain again in Companion, and now here he is playing someone that's kind of like Huey, male-mannered guy, but in this movie. And he also does a great job at showing how introverted and sheltered his condition has made him. I mean, he's afraid to eat solid foods because of the fact that he can't eat nothing. He's afraid that he's just going to chew really hard and accidentally cut his tongue and bleed to death. He really does a good job at making you feel sorry for him so that when he does eventually get out of his comfort zone and get out of his little bubble, you're just rooting for him. And they also play up his condition for both laughs and the action as well. I mean, he's going throughout this whole movie trying to get his girl back, and then he's getting hit with everything from knives, gunshot wounds, deep fryers, and he is taking in hits like a champ. Amber Mid-Thunder, who I just mentioned, was in Prey from a few years ago. She is also great here. And spoiler alert, I mean, it may be a spoiler, well, it is a spoiler, but like, I'm just saying, like, let's just say there's a plot twist that happened in the movie that I ain't gonna lie, I did not expect, but you may kind of expect it from afar, but for me, I just didn't expect, and spoiler alert, but basically what happened is that apparently she's in cahoots with the bank robbers, so when I saw that, I just jumped down to my seat, I'm like, yo, wait a minute. Jacob Batalon, who you remember played Ned in the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, and I know he's been in other things here and there, but those are really the main things I've seen him in, but he is also great in here as the one friend that Nate has. Ray Nicholson, who was just in Smile 2 from late last year, is also great here. He plays one of the bank robbers, and good on him of showing like he is not just Jack Nicholson's son, like he is a legit good actor and he has something to prove. Cops, honestly, I could care less about them, but they were mainly just there to help drive the plot forward. But the two of them together, they were pretty excellent. Overall, I really enjoyed this movie. This is definitely one of those movies that you should see in a theater with a big crowd because my experience with the movie was also enhanced with the crowd that I saw in it. It wasn't big, but there was just enough people in there to react to all the insane shit that is happening in the movie, and especially doing all the girl stuff, because I tell you, there are more than a few moments in this movie where I had to look away because, like, in particular, there's a moment where someone's nails is getting cut off, their fingers, and I had to look away. Definitely worth seeing in the theater, and even if you don't see it in the theater, watch it at home with a bunch of friends. The fact that I wish this movie was just a tad more funnier than what the trailers had sold me, I still enjoyed this movie, so I'm going to give Novocain the thumbs up emoji. Thank y'all so much for watching. Have you seen Novocain? If so, let me know what you think of the movie in the comments section below. This is your boy Bankful B of the Lassiter Factor. Stay safe, wash your hands, peace.